and every time we say it's defender side, it ends up being attacker sided. So it's just in the middle. That's where we're gonna place it for now. It's just gonna stay right in the middle, and it'll make its decision when it's ready. So Thatcher's gonna be the first one to get banned out here, as we'll be following those normal trends of the bans once again.
You know, I feel like it's just like horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Like we're close, but just not exactly on the mark. And
زاك يا هالشوم راحت عليك يا هالشوم.
Here, Empire gonna take out Zofia.
الخوف يلعب يا الخوف.
All that often. This is going to limit soft breach potential. So we could see a priority in Ash here just because of that range soft destruction being so prevalent inside of Siege overall. Thatcher obviously getting banned out for reasons that, well, if you play Siege, you obviously know it's the choice between easy mode or hard mode. They're going to make things a little bit more difficult. The Valkyrie ban as well when it comes to Chalet. So many cheeky cam spots around this map.
Yeah, Zofia been more of a play, I think, to make OSH-TEKK a little bit uncomfortable more than anything, just because that's usually an operator that's a mainstay on almost all lineups, so getting rid of her is certainly going to cause at least that one player to have to change up their constant choice. Kate as well, a very easy method to block out access to some very important reinforced walls, so also get rid of that to prevent the easy option for being accessible.
شوف كيف لعب شاليه، أنا دائما متحمس ألعب شاليه لأنه دائما ندخل في الرانك ندخل في حياط لما نلعب شاليه. يكون شاليه شوي صعب شوي يعني الشاليه بنك كافيه هذه المبات الثلاثة دائما تحتاج فريق فعلا متناسق.
Wouldn't exactly keep that for him as well, as we saw inside of Clubhouse what he was able to do downstairs. Although for Empire, the 6 pick coming in early here, getting rid of the IQ, can't exactly blame them in that regard, and bringing in Yana. Like the lineup across the board on this offense, especially the Flores pick. I love how we've been seeing a lot of rosters working him in.
Certainly the case. He's been working really well, just to more than anything deal with some of that early utility that's thrown out, things like barbed wire and deployable shields that are not actively being maintained by a player.
نقول بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ان شاء الله 2-0 ونرجع لحياتنا الطبيعية.
Probably going to be interesting. We see continue, at least in my opinion.
Of
course, OSH-TEKK still continuing their setup. We are going to have some players kind of out and about once again.
شوف الحين نشوفهم ماشيين أكثر confidence، أكثر بثقة. زي في المرة اللي فاتت لما شفنا من كان الأروني كان أحاول يشيل الدرون، ما كان مركز كثير على الدرون.
We've also got Empire out across the map now in spawn, so let's see what their attack on this map is going to yield them.
Well, another reference from our cast yesterday, my friend, Scyther actually has the ARX with iron sights on, so you'll be able to see the exchanged MP7 sights right here. There you go. They're on the gun, and they're quite fun to use. We'll see if Scyther can pick off some more people with that new Dark Zero skin as well. Make sure you guys go check out all of those inside the esports shop in-game, because they are some beautiful skins overall, and you can support a lot of our teams that are inside of our scene. Either way, though, Empire starting things out on the library side here.
Nice.
Have the balcony player that we're used to seeing here, but Empire, being aware of that position, are also aware that they need to clear it, so they'll use the Selmas in order to do so. Clear out the area. Dan almost gets some lead, but now he's throwing in some frag grenades. Tricks will take quite a bit of damage.
Shield mother, shield mother.
Shepherd with that toxic smoke.
They'll be able to overwhelm that position over towards Piano, so all the utility gone from it.
Nice.
First though with the game position, that's going to be the case going down on the ground too.
Oh, Mad, this man Mad legend.
To get that under their control. Dan will at least pick up a trade over by the bathroom, and he's also got intel on the second player sitting by the window here too, just kind of in the motion right now as he tries to see if he can line up a lucky shot against, I'm going to believe that that's Tricks. No, excuse me, it's actually going to be a different player playing into that position, but a better lock on that in just a moment.
Nice joystick, one shot.
Oh, and XK as well, back to back. beautifully shot from joystick now that he's getting
Nice
himself back
reflector.
onto that Ash. Omad, Legend, and Sham. Now the last two standing here for
انا بقول
OSH-TEKK.
هالشوم
Otherwise,
لازم
the
ينقذنا
Empire going onto the board first
اسف
inside of
هالشوم.
this map. Strong stance against Sham as he goes down without much of a fight. And the same can be
Nice
said for
try.
Omad. He's going to get knocked out as well. It's Empire on the board first.
والله امباير مولعين امباير.
Was looking so good there. They get
امباير
the
زعلانين يا اولاد.
Not much can really be done besides that, but all of a sudden Empire become explosive. Mostly joystick, as we see the big 2K there, using that G36C to its fullest potential, and Empire making Chalet seem more right about its win rate when it comes down to these two sides. They're going to be sticking to their same lineup that they had previously. We'll see where the defense wants to go, as it's looking to be back upstairs. 2 6-picks coming in. Shepard moving away from the ace. The smoke going away for the defense as well. That'll be an Ella, but what is this present that we have now on offense? Shepard, what do you have in store for us? It's going to be the Sam Fisher.
Zero switch, we've been seeing Zero come into play quite a bit, specifically on this map as well. Obviously, he's been on quite a bit of an implementation on quite a few of the other maps in the pool, and is universally starting to work his way in. But here on Chalet specifically, a lot of tricky places to throw down those Argus cams and get in mid-round intel, especially with such a roam-heavy nature that this map often implies with it. Great to have that overwatch.
في جلتش هالشوم دم 0 اتش بي. اللعبة يا اخوان 65 لحد الحين فيها جلتشات غبية.
Staying safe without having to have the full commitment of another flank watch, such as something like a Nomad. So very useful utility that was added within that last year or so yet again. OSH-TEKK completing their setup. Once again, we're going to have this extended play go over towards the bar stock room in order to support the defense of both billiards and the bar itself. The site itself, though, once again, going to be
يلا بدأ الراوند. بسم الله.
It's looking like OSH-TEKK will be positioned over on this side of the map, mainly for delay purposes.
Yes, indeed, my friend. We'll see if those delays work out.
هذه المرة ما معهم ايس، غير يكون عندهم شوية مشكلة انهم ياخذوا غرفة. اوكي غيروا.
As we said before, it was joystick to find the advantage. Ended up finding a hole, and he made the most of it. This round looking to move a hell of a lot faster, it seems, as Dan has already procured himself kitchen and is looking to assist Empire in a lot of different facets down here. Possibly hold down trophy and make it easy for joystick and the rest of the squad to get in. That's exactly what they'll be doing there. Have a claymore for flank wash on the Ash.
والله نايس نيد والله.
Are they aware of
والله تريكس كافي.
ends up flying over the top of the solarium stairs, takes down joystick, and will start keeping control of this area. And as you said, forced out of this, but not aware of Dan. And oh no, beautiful work here from Empire. A frag grenade right under XK, but now out of nowhere he springs to and takes down Dan. XK will get traded out as this round has been going back and forth. Mad Legend also dead as well.
Let's get the mid-round trades coming out back and forth. OSH-TEKK fighting back a lot more professionally this time, but once again losing that important battle most recently to bring it down against their favor into a 2v3. Empire not going to take a very slow note themselves, but here's the thing, that wrap over towards blue, there is a player just outside of it. OSH-TEKK has the intel, just not the capability to jump out onto it. They can't get out that barricade without making noise either, so no aggressive play to be made at this current time for Hisham. That's not to say it can't happen in the future here, though, because always, yes, he's keeping an eye on the window, but that's not his active target. No, though, always. Very quickly, Hisham apparently not ready for the fight. The final member is going to get taken down as well. Empire pick up a second round.
Let's try هالشوم. Let's try.
Empire looking much better when it comes to Chalet, almost dastardly in the plays here and what they've been able to get away with.
شوف فليك الشوت جن لو
OSH-TEKK go away from the Masters defense. It's on to Bar Gaming now, and you can't exactly blame them.
تايمينج يا اخوان.
Going to be sticking to this lineup and
ما نشوف نتكلم.
6-pick it anymore. Just much rather stay on the zero, loud and proud. As for the defense, though, and what they're bringing to Bar Gaming, the Goyo is the one that stands out to me here, more than likely saying that they're going to hold on to that top floor, especially partnered with this Jaeger and
فريقنا احنا منا يا اخي ما في حد منا ما بيكون فليكس، كلهم يلعبوا كل الشخصيات عادي، ما عندهم اي مشكلة. جيت كل نحن مواهب.
weird pick, honestly. You know, he's easy to work in, but nowadays he doesn't have as much influence as he once did. There's a couple other things that you can necessarily do, but Hisham has been doing a pretty bang-up job on this operator today. And again, when it comes to comfort picks, it's still something that you definitely want to look into when it comes to your team because it could assist them in a
تخيل
couple of different
تجري من اول
areas.
المبلغ
It
لاخر
seems
عشان
to be
يدرون وفي
roughly
الاخير
the
واحد
same
من
thing when it
اخوياك
comes down to
يشيله.
XK as well, but Mute is one of those operators that, I mean, honestly, you can always have inside of your lineup, and it's not going to be the worst thing in the world.
You can always find some usefulness for Mute, specifically just because of the drone management capabilities.
I mean, in Nitro Cell and an SMG-11 and an M590, I mean, I'll be honest, John, when it comes to just playing by myself in this game, Mute has got to be one of the funnest defenders.
Pretty straightforward operator.
يا اخي الشوم دائما قاعد في زاويه. يا اخي يو والله لو يطلع رناوت يجيب اثنين ما في بموت اعتقد.
Only 2 players on repel towards that. Not much resistance coming in that part of the map from OSH-TEKK, so Empire more than likely going to get it for free. OSH-TEKK obviously with the
بيتفجر بدري.
bar and billiards this time. OSH-TEKK will have much heavier emphasis on defending things over towards the library and of course these 2 sites themselves. Still have that extended
يا راح الشوم يرجع يطلع على ما.
He's been the point player to pick this up throughout most of the series so far. He's going to be
يلا موت يا شباب. سايفر كل شوي واحد يلعب ضغط. نايس. لا يفارق ظهره.
He'll also take a couple bits of damage from those bullets to bring him down to right around 75 HP.
نايس. الله يشوم جالو. الحركة اللي سواها فالكون الصوت استغل صوت ما اقدر اقول عنها نايف نقول البنش. استغل صوت البنش انه يخرب موجة الصوت عند الايانا، فانه ما يقدر يسمع هالشم، ما يقدر يسمع هالشم وهو جاي على الالت، لانه في العاده تقدر تسمع الجاي وراك وهو جاي على الالت، بس اذا في موجة صوتية اعلى في الجيم بيشوش شوي. صوت في اللعبة مش لهالدرجة يعني 7.1 سراوندينج، لو ان سراوندينج تسمع الصوتين، سراوندينجز مش لهالدرجة. والله نايس كي. نايس بوم. الله اكبر.
Always in position upstairs with the K. Shepard trying to support downstairs from the billiards window. But now with 4 players still standing on OSH-TEKK, once again, they're not going to make this mistake of overexposing themselves until the time gets too low here. You've got other issues to deal with upstairs too. Mainly, Always is now dead. Shepard's alone. Needs to bring out the 1v4 clutch. Otherwise, OSH-TEKK are getting on the board first.
شوف البيك هذا انه لما طلع كتفك. شوف حتى جابوها. انت لما تبيك مش لازم خليك فاتح عشان ما يصير. انت لما تبيك مش لازم انك انت تشوف جوا غرفة، مش لازم انك تشوف جوا الغرفة. يكفي انك انت تشوف بس عمود الباب. اذا انت شفت عمود الباب جاي على وجهك، كتفك تكون طالع. هذا عمود الباب، هذا كتفك، هذا عمود الباب، هذا كتفك يطلع، كتفك يرجع. فلاعب اللي ضدك خصوصا اذا كان عنده هاي فريم ريت يشوف كتفك، فاهم؟ بما انه يعني عنده الادرينالين عالي في لحظة كلاتش او لحظة اي شيء فيطلق، فاهم؟ يطلق بدون اي شيء. اول شيء الرياكشن لما يشوف هذه الحركة يضغط ماوس 1 يطلق. فانت تعطي نفسك بعد من وين يطلق عليك كيف يطلق عليك، وحسب الزاوية تقدر تعرف انه اذا جت الزاوية كذا يعني انه يكون واقف، او حسب مكانها يعني بيكون واقف. اذا جت الزاوية الرصاص الخط الابيض كذا بيكون على الكراوتش او برون، واذا كانت لتحت يعني انه بيكون واقف وبيكون مأيم لتحت. فهذا شيء كويس في البيكس. كويس انك تحترف هذا الشيء، ودليل على انه يشوف طرف جسمك عشان البوينت اوف فيو في اللعبه هذه. في الماب الاول فالكون لما كان منبطح، فالكون في البوينت اوف فيو عنده في الكامل عنده ما يشوف ان رجله طالعه، ما يشوف ان رجله بتكون في الروتيشن، بشوف ان رجله في جنب الباب او من كمشه، بس هي الجهه الثانيه بتكون باينه. فهذا شيء كويس انك تحترفه او انك تتعود عليه، يفيد كثير.
Will be able to tag up Hisham as he chases him down. It's the pre-fire from Joystick. He is
يلا
when he
جويستيك
dashed for the staircase, but
فول
it was
بلاي.
the re-challenge instead, and it's going to be the reinsertion
استمر.
to another portion of the map for Joystick as well.
We've seen a good start to the round once again for Empire, dealing with the extended roam game nice and easily. Falcon as well having
والله
taken a
فالكون
lot of
مدمج
damage, still
من
leaned
وين؟
in on an angle versus this repel from Shepard and some of the other members
لا
of
يا
Empire,
بس
but not really much that he can do about it because of the low HP here, continuing to dwindle little by little.
لو ايش فيه بالسلاح يا
Fortunately
قراب.
not in OSH-TEKK's favor. Nade's gonna roll in from Empire that
Nice.
will lead to a whole
Nice.
here. Omad getting his first response as
Oh.
well, but it's too aggressive. He has to run out for it. Scyther's there immediately for the trade, so nothing really changing in the overall sense of the round with those two kills just going back to back against each other. The only thing that's lost will be Dan's utility here.
والله
Could
كفو
become
تريكس.
problematic for the late round play if they need to access any of these walls. Especially now with Trix hitting another pick here, this time taking out Joystick, definitely removing some of the entry power. Scyther there.
شوف كيف يعني ماخذين حرصهم في كل زاويه، يبيك يرجع. اي زاويه يفكر انه ممكن يكون انسان واقف فيها ماسكها يبيك يرجع، ما يبيك كيرلس. دائما حذرين.
Already lost Dan as well as Joystick. Big pick onto Dan here. This is going to limit the potential of that secondary hard breach for Shepard. And, well, it's going to limit even
حتى لو
further.
دمك واحد
Scyther
اتش
will
بي
go down, and no
هيدشوت
longer having
تكفي.
access to Yawn complicates things as well. Mainly because no more drones here for Empire's side. Still have more than likely some lane around the map they'll be able to use, but not necessarily going to need it as of
يلا
right
ديد
now.
1v1.
Trade coming back and forth in between the two, down to the 1 versus 1. It's
فالكون
always
دمها
versus
نايس
Falcon
ديفيوزر
and
عندك
their
يا
luck.
فالكون.
And 20 seconds remain. Case down inside a solarium in which Falcon is on the staircase. They have Cam up as well. A read onto all ways
مع
currently
فلاش
inside of
مشكلة
Master.
مع
And it's
فلاش.
going to be two different planes of existence. Currently waiting on the peak. Has the
Nice.
stun to be able to create some distance as well. But Falcon has to try and chase him down. It's low time.
Nice.
Is always going to stick, and he goes for the bathroom play.
لا
Hops off the case and swings the door at the perfect time. Empire able to find a round
فعلا
inside
بينج.
3v3.
So once again, that experience definitely coming out on top there for Empire. Always knowing how to play that situation, knowing his opponent, once he dashes up the stairs against the audio key, was not going to be able to make the full transition to bathroom quickly enough, and especially knowing that he's at low HP, can easily take him down, shut out the 1v1, and make sure Empire stays
دائما
strong
الفولت
enough to
ميشن
maintain the lead.
ملعون في اللعبة
3-1
هذه.
scoreline here. Very even affair as well for Empire. No clear leaders on the scoreboard here. And the same can be said for OSH-TEKK as well, as they are also sitting with 2 to 3 kills each here. So every player in this server playing out their hardest, or the hardest they can at this point. Still Empire leading. OSH-TEKK needing to step it up here in these last couple of rounds to try and make that second half palatable.
I am excited for this round right here, John, and no, it's not because OSH-TEKK has another opportunity to try and take some more rounds off of Empire from this defense, but it's about Hisham. We're finally seeing some Mozzie gameplay from him. I've been thinking about this one in the back of my head the entire time he's been playing that Legion. Hasn't been playing too much else on the defense, and seeing with this Roni in hand now could be a good thing. Positive omen here for OSH-TEKK. Have to see how that goes, but
معهم كلا معهم ايدز هذه المرة. هذه المرة ممكن يسوي بوش لايبر. المشكلة انه نشوف نفس استراتي يعيد على نفسه، نفس استراتي يعيد على نفسه، نفس استراتي يعيد على نفسه. فاهمين ان هذه لعبة اللي اغلبها خيرية. اوكي بطولة خيرية ومش ناويين انهم يلعبوا على كثير استراتات.
Joystick taking him down. It's too straightforward of an angle. Very easy for the attackers to punish that. And Falcon too exposed to fall back quickly enough. He's going to go down first here, and OSH-TEKK fall behind again.
Oh, rough waters right now for OSH-TEKK, but that doesn't mean that the ship can't take it. Obviously some damage early on here, but something that they can't stop. Joystick though, with an aggressive front as well as always. They're doing such a bang of
nice shot.
right now, but it's XK
وانا اقول لك
finally
اوكي جاي
fighting
من
back.
كوكب
Mad Legend
مختلف.
also taking some damage. I'm assuming it's from Dan here
لا لا
on
تبيك
the window, who's
الكالي
more than likely tagged him up
خفيف
with that
الكالي.
sniper rifle.
شت والله
Mad
ماد
Legend with a great
ليجند
move,
نايس.
caught out joystick inside of the office. Didn't have too solid of a read on that. The drone game from Empire lacking in that department, and it's stuck all of Empire now on the Solarium window.
لا لا نايت والله ابلع جود نايت والله جود نايت يا اخوي.
And finally they get it done on this top floor.
That round right there was just a straight bare knuckle brawl between both of those teams there. Everybody throwing themselves in the fight, especially at the end of the round towards Solarium. Master got pretty heated in the mid round there too.
خليه يخلص حكي او لا يخليه يخلص حكي.
As they're just barely able to squeak it out inside.
شوف بما ان خيريه بيرجعوا على نفس الثلاثات، اعتقد انه بيكون معهم فرصه افضل. شوف بما ان الفريقين الاثنين تعودوا على الاسترات كيف هو الماب كيف بيكون، فبيحاولوا هم الاثنين يمشوا على الجن فايت. وما شاء الله الرجاجيه اللي عندنا الافلام هذا مرة الاولاد بيلعبوا والجاين فايتس تبعهم حلو والريفراكس حلو لعبوا. ففي الجن فايتس الصراحه يعني اوشتك تفوق كثير على هذا. بس ما ادري ايش قصه امباير مع الشبابيك. هيا حتى المعلق اتكلم راندم الفلاين تو ويندو، يعني ليه يعني ايش وده في الشبابيك ماني فاهم.
want to say, but she still has quite a bit of utility to offer and a couple of different facets. I think the biggest thing is that she gets you map control almost instantaneously on a portion of the map if she's allowed to do so. That's the biggest thing, right? You have to complete the animation once you fly through that window. So if there's anybody in close proximity, you're more than likely dead. But having someone inside the building so early on can be a really, really big deal because the defense isn't exactly prepared for you to be there. So we'll see if Dan does that or if he does literally anything else. Again, there's a lot that you can do when it comes to this Gara hook. It's literally any window that you can find around these maps. So we'll see what he's able to procure.
تخيل اماره مع الديفيوزر يدخل من الشباك ويموت.
Mad Legend once again toying around with the position just below Solarium stairs. We've got the usual repels from Empire lined up to challenge that, so a good opportunity for Omad to possibly beat some competition in the early round. He's not going to take it though. He does hear the breach is going on downstairs into the car garage, so we're going to try and see if he can counter some of that out. Instead, Scyther will be entering through here. Omad will be trying to get into the way. The joystick upstairs, though, is immediately going to make an entry for Empire as he takes out Tricks. Dan ready to go in on the entry, supporting the play towards Blue Hall. Can he get the kill? Yes.
والله جاب الكل.
Empire as they burst in quite literally to take down Omad and Tricks, and now leave themselves the 5v3 advantage.
That was very well done there from Empire. Joystick playing as close as he possibly can to that laser gate.
موت يا مار لازم تموت الحين. ما لازم يضل عايش.
Now it's down to XK and the rest of OSH-TEKK to try and make a stand here and equalize on this defensive half.
والله XK جاب الكلتش.
Going into bar, it appears that at least have a flank going on here for OSH-TEKK. Hashram is going to fall inside of sight. XK looking to spring too. We need Falcon to make a move as well.
هم الاثنين جايين فلان.
A little bit too late. They'll deal some damage to joystick. Always goes down as well. And
nice
all
diffuser.
of a sudden OSH-TEKK, they're able to get it done. It's 3 kills coming to their side. Dan.
والله نايس فالكون يا اخواننا.
Now Scyther last seen downstairs.
ايش اللي تشفيه فالكون؟
Case is all the way up top.
Case is locked down under the full control of the defenders right now. Empire, no easy way to get it back under their control too. Dan does have access to the guard.
عندك اكس كي وعندك فالكون. سكيب كيف شت. سكيب اسمع وراك ولا ما تسمع وراك؟ سكيب. ما نأمن على صوت اللعبة يعني. طلع الهاش. يقدر يا اخي. لا يا كي نايت شلاج. سمعوه صوتك اعلى من.
Gets himself at least the second floor inside of library.
لا تبيك يا فالكون. لا يحكك. لا تبيك. شوف زي ما اقول لك لازم يطلع كتفه. ما ضل معه فلاشات. سكي نزل صح؟ لا ما نزل.
Spots out XK, but unfortunately walks into
nice.
the cross. No choice. He had to get the case control back.
Nice,
but
XK.
still can't take down one of those 2 remaining defenders. So another round is going to go over to them, and they will control 3-3 scoreline. OSH-TEKK this is as we flip sides.
I'm just impressed with OSH-TEKK here. 3 rounds for Empire.
والله
OSH-TEKK
فارق
quickly
من
coming
اسطوره يا
back
اخوي.
after that, though. Obviously a 2-1 in there at a certain point, but OSH-TEKK finally able to
قلت
get some
لكم شيء
defenses on the
جيب
board and in
الران،
pretty
قلت ولا
convincing
ما قلت؟
fashion as well,
انا
especially
انا
inside
بشو
that
انا
last round. A hell of a clutch for the squad, but now we're going to be
معروف
switching sides. They're
معروف.
going to be on their offense here on Chalet, so interested to see what they have to offer for us here. Looking across that
يلا ما
board,
في
though,
ما
you
في
can
ما
see
في ما
a
نحتاج
lot
ما
of
نحتاج اوفر
fours
تايم.
when it
معروف
comes to OSH-TEKK, and no
معروف.
BDS
اوشتك
members
توب
here today, so no real fun
معروف
and
يا
games
اخوان.
when it comes down to it. But they are going to be bringing the Nomad, it seems, here for the offense. So worried about a little bit of a roam game here from Empire, and you can't necessarily blame them. Empire have been extremely aggressive in all facets of their attack and defense here today up against OSH-TEKK. It's made things a lot more entertaining, honestly, when it comes down to it.
Well, OSH-TEKK on the attack now, getting to try and see how they work these very interesting takes yet again. The timing
ثلاثة
of
وانت
which they
اصلا
bringing these takes to the
يا
table is
الله
the
يا
most
جز.
interesting thing to me so far here. Like we've seen, even on this map, on their defenses here, just some all of a sudden.
ايش متوقعين الرتم من الويندو والله كيف؟ كل شيء على الويندو محطوط. لازم يلا يحط جريزمة على الويندو كمان يخلص الموضوع. لا تقول لي لزق الجريزمة، كم جريزمة مع ايلا؟ وين خلينا نشوف. بعد احد سبون بيك يا اخو. يلا مات السلج. نايس. هاي قلت. والله ساد يا اخي والله ساد.
Well, I guess he really is a mad legend, huh? You're welcome. Anyways, big pickups here from Empire early on. You have to worry about those rotates coming in.
تبلع يا
Joystick is
جويستيك
going
والله
to take
تستاهل دشته.
everything and damage except death. Won't accept that.
لا طلع خلاص.
Probably trying to end up avoiding taxes as well if he can. I would assume so. That's two things that you more than likely want to try and not have. Either way, though. Dan going to be holding things down from this top floor, more than likely trying to keep Joystick alive for that much longer. They won't have any options to try and get him more help.
الله يرحم ايام زمان لما كنت تسوي الريست تنزل دمك ترجع 50. نزلها ل 20.
OSH-TEKK obviously already losing legend early on. This isn't going to be that big of a deal, all except for what we would regularly assume, which would be down
ايش نايس؟ انا مع من؟ لا مش
that's
نايس.
going to be stretched even further, worse for wear once again in this round, as they'll be going into this 3v5.
يا اخو شيله.
The very first kill here on their offense, but not able to get it done.
OSH-TEKK here struggling to find an entry point to work their way into Chalet.
ما في دخول خلاص.
Sean and the rest of the squad going to be
يلا هاي هو الكل. نايس الشو. والله winnable.
Takes him down. Obviously a heavy cost to his own personal HP. The job is done. Finally a kill against Empire with only a minute 15 seconds left now. We do need to see the rest of the remaining members of OSH-TEKK course correct quickly and start getting some map control that they can build off of for an execute.
يا اخي معهم درونات.
From the outside with this low time, it's not going to work.
في درونات في.
No, not at all. It's going to be quite risky and well, might be
اعتقد
seeing
بعد
that
ما
right
في.
now, John.
صاروا داخلين خلاص.
XK still locked up inside of library, very worried about an Empire member possibly being around him.
هتطلع من الويندو مبسوط الويندو.
With a quick step out and he goes for the refrag, tries to swing back into the angle, not able to get it done. Always crouches under the bullets, perfectly placed there from the defense. Hasham now trying to find the frag through the hatch, and well, the top side angle just better in that situation. Shepard, the beautiful shot from that SMG-11. It's all up to XK. He's got an AK-12 and a lot of moxie. We'll see if he's able to get it done with 15 seconds remaining. Selma out, might have a swing from the opposite window as well if they want to try and get risky. Worried about that one. He's going to try and hop in the window, but as we see it, the SMG-11 once again strikes true. It's a swing from two separate ends, and Empire get it done.
Yeah, definitive round coming out there from Empire as well. OSH-TEKK, if we're being honest, just not really able to get anything going for themselves. Every time they took some bit of map control and tried to push in against the holes from Empire, they were shut down outright. So hopefully going to see a quick improvement upon that. Otherwise, things could be rough for them on this attacking side. We did see a pick come out there for Empire, but see if that actually stays that way in a moment, if we get the 6 pick or not away from it. It has been locked, so we're in for a bit of fun this round here as Dan's going to be trying to see if he can go super
زمان دان ما له. ذكر لقطة دان سوى انترجيشن ما
sixth
بان
pick, the jackal into the jackal. I believe what was happening there is they were trying to think of anything that they could possibly bring that wouldn't be countered out by
جاك
Cav.
نفس
They
الحالة
really
كان
just couldn't
اللي
think of
قبل.
anything else. They're probably like, well, necessarily we might need the smokes or so on and so on. So just didn't go with it. They have Nomad already for those air jabs, so that will assist in being able to lock up Dan in certain avenues, whether it be a rotation through main stairs or what have you. We'll have to see, but OSH-TEKK has to get those air jabs down. This is going to be quite a bit of a dedicated utility to watching this roam and seeing where these Empire members go. And from what we saw inside of that last round, that's exactly what they need to be aware of. OSH-TEKK with an early pick all the way over inside of the mud. And then besides that, a nice frag onto the window that just left OSH-TEKK in too low
شوف وين ننبطح يا
man count wise to try and bring anything back.
So taking a look at some of the opening action here, Joystick
هذا راس البال عندك
being
جويستيك
aggressive again
خلاص.
with a lean out from Library. Not really going to get anything though. OSH-TEKK for the most part not positioning themselves around here. We do have a couple players nearby on repel, but nobody even on this side of the building. Joystick taking a minute to react to that drone right there, but he does finally spot it, catch the action working his way towards him, but unfortunately it's going to come at a heavy cost now. There's been a cutoff established at the upstairs blue window. That's going to do a massive amount of damage over towards Joystick, bringing him down to a little over 25.
Yet again, somebody with a lot of damage done. Joystick eating frag grenades before, but this time lead, and he'll be low HP because of it. Able to get a body on the OSH-TEKK side either, so Empire seemingly down at least for the time being, but that can change up at a moment's notice. Dan has been found out by a legend. Fantastic droning by the OSH-TEKK squad. Falcon, sadly, not going to be able to use that Inox to its fullest potential up against Dan, my friend, so going to have to stick to the usual drone game. Empire with the extended roam here as well.
لا تعطي ظهرك كفيرة.
Rotate up main and take down one. Dan with some beautiful shots will take down Falcon.
Interrogation?
To go for the play, no. Pokeball instead. He gets taken down from Fireplace from Legend, who holds off the cross. This is a beautiful round so far for the offense.
No time for Dan, unfortunately, as there was that immediate resistance that came in from Mad Legend to be able to trade that one out. Heard the sound cues, he just tried to go for the quick Pokeball. That much was successful. The escape, obviously not so much, as Dan is now dead on the ground. Remember, Empire also still with another low player in Joystick, and speaking of
nice tricks.
Tricks will immediately take him down.
يلا عندنا التوب ضل دقيقة. ولي كويس يلا يبدأ يشتغل. لا.
But can we see it again from Empire? More than likely so, if it starts off like this. Shepard, the beautiful frag, and you never want to hear that if you're on the receiving end. Scyther's still alive as well, and he's got the Roni in hand. We know this burns.
Nice. يلا بضع فوق.
What a shot from him.
لا.
Shepard aware that somebody's going to try and hop in down low. He's still manning the vertical angle. He sees the feet. He knows that the play has to happen, but he also knows that somebody else is planting across the area. It's XK, and he's already got it done. He's off the plant, and he's down the hatch. Shepard now has to go for a full retake here, and has to worry about two OSH-TEKK members, each one on separate sides, and that's exactly why Tricks will be prepared for the kitchen drop. Way too many areas to worry about in Empire. Simply
شوف تريكس أهم شيء تريكس بعد ما جاب الكل على الأروني ما دخل من الويندو، ما تحمس يدخل من الويندو. كويس إنه تمهل شوية.
Before XK was able to get the plant down a few seconds later because of that distraction, he was a little too late to rotate over towards that as well, so then had to go for one play downstairs, and by the time he was ready to drop through kitchen hatch, like we said, Tricks had the cover established as he had gone into the window by that point. So well played in the 2vx by OSH-TEKK to be able to close that one down and now tie us up yet again at 4-4. We're approaching that same dangerous point that we hit back on Clubhouse now. Time to see if OSH-TEKK can truly start to run away with this one more time and try to go for the 2-0 versus Empire of all teams, or if Empire won't get their quick rebound and take control to take us to a third match.
دبل خلاص.
I'm telling you, John, I absolutely love our Russian friends.
من يتذكر الجلتش اللي كان في الماب توقف الكيتشن تموت.
heck of a time. But either way, these guys still some fun-loving people, even given the score line, bringing Doc and Rook back in, bringing the Frost, which, although back in the day might have seemed like a troll pick, not so much nowadays. Her traps finding a lot more prevalence across the board, mostly because
يلا يا اخوان يلا يا فخم.
well, you're faced with a terrible choice. Either you die to a frost mat or you die to the person holding the ankle on the frost mat. It's really up to you. And that's exactly why Shepard is bringing Frost here. Because of the amount of window play that goes on around this towards the game's area. And that's why we're going to see 2 of those frost mats dedicated there. Mostly for the meme, but also, why the hell not? Empire ready for this defense as they are very, very prepared to handle OSH-TEKK.
OSH-TEKK taking a very slow note yet again, which
لازم يدروا ان الفرص تراب.
we see the previous rounds get played out.
إذا ما حد دروا ان الفرص تراب مشكلة.
Slow play has generally led to a lot of success for OSH-TEKK, so we can't fault it. There we go. Hasham getting himself off to a good start. That's not even considering the damage that was done to Joystick before he used 2 of his stims to reboost up.
ضيع حمدان. يا اخوان على فكرة لما دوك يرجع دمه، لما ترجع دمك صاحبي بيصير فل. اوكي بيصير فل، بس درعه بتكون اضعف. صح الدوك 3 ارمر، بس لما ينزل دمه تصير 2 ارمر 1 ارمر. بينزل تدريجيا، يعني يمكن تطلقه ودمك فل، دمجك 20 لانك 3 ارمر، بس لما تندف دمك وتعبي الدم من اول جديد يطلق عليك طلقه، الطلقه ممكن تدمجك 40 مش 20. هذا ما اعتقد. اذا حد عنده شيء ثاني، فكره ثانيه عن الدوك، ان هذا اللي انا احسه يقدر يحط تعليقات. نايس ويل بلاي. يلا 2v4 خلص لا تبيك خلص. تراب تراب. لا هذا شيت. لا كان يجري الاسم من جهه ست مهاجم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله صار السفور حلو. نزل على الويندو معنا.
The rotates to assist teammates are happening very quickly right now from OSH-TEKK. You touched on this on the last map. Their communication is incredibly good. So whenever somebody gets into a tough spot, they'll immediately.
هذا اللي قام طول يا اخوان، نعتذر على التاخير، يعني 40 دقيقة تسجيل بس والله حماس يعني.
What's usually going on is the player from OSH-TEKK is just sitting in that hot spot, waiting for teammates to come in to support. They usually show up in time to come out of nowhere as far as Empire is concerned, pick up 1 to 2 additional kills, and normally save that member of OSH-TEKK's life in the process. So this is some really impressive stuff we're seeing from this roster.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what you want to be seeing from a high caliber Siege roster. And well, OSH-TEKK happens to be so, especially
happens to be so. هاي شوف هذا هو القرار اللي احنا نحتاجه، ان OSH-TEKK هاي كاليبر عيار ثقيل.
So far, and it's been something that you and I have been talking about quite a bit when it comes to the season overall, especially when it comes to SSG for you and I, with their communication and kind of that checklist step as they go through. You see someone in a very forward position, you're like, okay, are they going to swing this? What exactly is going to happen? And all of a sudden somebody gets picked from somewhere else, they swing, pick a guy, and then all of a sudden someone dies all the way across the map. And it all happens in about 5 to 10 seconds. It's truly incredible stuff. OSH-TEKK taking a similar streak here today, as they've been able to really get these comms moving and able to take it to Empire because of that. Now getting into this round though, as OSH-TEKK's let out the gates once again. Not too much of a change up in the overall game plan. We're not going to have a cav for Empire inside of this round.
Shoom.
Hello. On the alibi.
Shoom. All steer clear.
Once again, that shouldn't be too surprising.
Steer clear. شيل الشوم يمينك.
Close to one of his opponents here, but thankfully it's a member of Empire sitting on the other side of the office wall. The shot walking right up for 2 kills. Apparently, lining the fact that he'd come into the building just outside of Library. There was a player meant to be watching for that, but they were not assuming that someone was
قالوا الشوم ماشي كان مشكلة.
just that quickly. So again, that's a great start from OSH-TEKK. Just looking to build off that now and deal with the stragglers from Empire sitting on the site, and they've got all their utility to use as well, so they can open this thing up, Swiss cheese the heck out of these
شوف
remaining
سلاحفة
defenses, and
فقط
take this
سلاحفة
position
شوف.
incredibly slowly if they so choose.
يلا
They don't
دخل.
need to do that.
نايس
Just a slow
نايس
walk with the
فالكون.
jump for Falcon.
اوه
He's only gonna
لا
go
انت لا
one for
تقلد
one, so
هالشوم لا
Otto's a
تقلد.
trade starting to come in,
what?
and in a big way too. Scyther and always
2v2
both
يا
showing up here.
البرو.
Scyther able to maintain against direct pressure for the outside
Always
window
bad.
and through the Surya gate.
Always
As well
mad.
as Scyther though finally gonna get countered out, and OSH-TEKK still
ما يستحي يسمى حل
clear
على
because of
الانفطاط.
their earlier exploits.
OSH-TEKK has the lower
والله لو
cut as
ايش ما
well.
سمح لي الويز يا اخوان. والله
my, John,
لو
what
اخر
an
اسم في
impressive
الحياة لو
play
اخر اسم في
there.
الحياة لو
Able to
اخر
take
اسم
down
على
both
الكوكب.
Empire members, even though they exist on two
الويز.
entirely different planes.
شوف
on
شوف
the
هالشوم
map.
شوف اللعب
And
شوف
now
البطل
OSH-TEKK
كيف.
sit one round away from taking out Empire here on Chalet.
لا
as well.
فالكون
It'll be a
لا
2-0
تقلد.
for them and a pretty surprising series
2-0
overall for
ماتش
both of
بوينت.
us.
انا اقول
Although we will
خلاص
say it
لازم
yet
2-0.
again here, folks.
ترك جايلك انه
Obviously, this
يا
is
اخي
a charity
هالشوم
tournament, and this is all
11
for fun
كل
really at the end of the day because this money is going to
هالشوم
a good
ليش
cause
يا
no matter
هالشوم.
what happens. Empire here is well here for a great time, and they're providing amazing entertainment here today. We really appreciate their time, as this has been an amazing series to cast overall, especially, you know, getting once again OSH-TEKK in here so people get to actually get their eye on them.
OSH-TEKK looking for the upset to complete here now. One more round will do it for themselves. It's going to be the same setup from Empire as well, as they'll be working themselves into the office.
انا مش فاهم فخر الفرص هذا. ولا مرة شفت واحد يطلع على الهاف وول هذا. انا ولا مرة في حياتي شفت واحد يطلع على الهاف وول هذا.
But OSH-TEKK was able to push right past that due to the very early exploits of Hasham walking right up Elucidator's uncontested and going right towards Joystick's position. Away from that, though, some other things coming into the fold. The Frost returning once again here for Scyther as well. Really looking to try and slow down the play from OSH-TEKK by as much as possible. They know they already play intrinsically slow just off of their own strategy, so they can slow down just that little bit of an extra margin. Empire probably has a good chance to bleed
يلا
this
هالشوم
time
كمان مرة. يلا اعطيه هيد شوت اعطيه هيد شوت في البستل. لا اعطيه هيد شوت.
Hasham very worried here. Has a pistol out, looking for it, and he gets
Oh,
it as well.
oh.
He knows Joystick's there, and he
Good night.
obviously opts to use the pistol instead. He knows he can use the G36C, but he doesn't want to. That's not entertainment.
He's playing the objective right now, man. He's trying to move his team. He needs that little bit of a movement boost on the secondary. That's what he's doing. He's playing for the team.
I'll spam with my pistol. I don't need to use the AR for that. We'll keep that for the other fun tidbits, which is like roaming up main stairs right now and able to take down Kevin as well.
الشوم يطلع الستيرز هذا.
All of Empire's dying. What is happening right now? Falling apart at the seams, at least inside of this
يلا
round.
GG خلاص.
It's a 2-5
عوافي.
now as Shepard is trying to keep things locked up inside of office. Scyther with the counter angle as well, trying to assist from Piano. It's the smokes down now. Shepard gets one. Scyther stepping up to the plate, but he's not able to swing it for a home run. Instead, it's OSH-TEKK battling
تعالوا من
back.
تحت.
They're trying to make the
خلاص
adjustment.
راح.
They're getting rid of the mirror window so Shepard can't
نايس.
use
شوف
that
لما
any
يكون عندك
longer. Scyther still
في
trying to
اكس
hold on to Piano
تكون
here
عندك
as
الافضليه.
well. OSH-TEKK will slow
حاول
things up
تستغل
just a little bit.
تستغل
Rotation back. Shepard will at least
حاول
get rid of the
تستغل
drone and
اليوتيليتي
speed
تبعت
time
التيم.
here
هاي
for
شوف
him.
الفلاشات
He'll also
تطير
be able to smoke
والميرا
on the
تنفتح
master window.
وكل شيء
And
الايس
OSH-TEKK
يستعملون
want to
يستعملوا
slow
كل
it
شيء.
up
يعني
to
حاول
make
انك
sure
تسوي ضغط
that
نفسي.
he
العامل
cannot
الضغط
fail
النفسي
in this match.
كمان مفيد.
Empire's already clutched out at least
يعني
1 2v4
تفتح
back
اكثر
and forth
زوايا
battles too. They
تقدر.
know they have the capability
قد
to do
تقدر
it,
زوايا تفتح
especially considering
بس لازم
Joystick's
تنتبه
playing against
للفلانكات.
right now. They're trying to trap these players in, and that plan has been working
يلا يا
beautifully.
فروست. اخر واحد فروست اخر الشيء معروف. الحين هنشوف بيموت في الفرش تراب.
It's a 1v4 as he tries to keep his team in the tournament, but it
ما
just
يقدر.
can't be
يلا
done.
مع السلامة مع
Completely
السلامة. يلا
upset the 2-0 victory over their opponents here. Empire
يلا
going
جي
out
جي يا
early here in
اخوان.
the semifinals, and OSH-TEKK moving on into the grand finals.
Congratulations to
قسما بالله
OSH-TEKK on
مرجلة.
the
والله
huge
هذه
dub.
مرجلة.
Going to be seeing them later on in the grand finals. I'm very excited that we still have
والله
this
مرجلة.
roster here today, as we'll be able to get some more time with them and
14
see
كل
exactly
هالشوم
what
ام
is
في
going
بي.
on. And yeah, speaking of going on, Hasham
ايه
with
اسحب على
14
الموضوع.
kills, and I'm sure there's a lot to be
اسحب على الموضوع هذا. المهم الحين احنا شفنا كل شيء. هذه فكرة جديدة كانت ان نسوي رياكشن انفعالات لمحتوى العربي او اللاعبين العرب والاشياء العرب. نسوي تحليلات او شيء مع بعض. اذا عجبكم واللي يظل لاخر الفيديو مشكور على انك ظليت لاخر الفيديو وشوف إذا عجبكم هذا النوع من المحتوى بنقدر نكمله مع بعض، ما في مشكلة. تقدر ترسل أو تكتب في التعليقات إيش أنت حاب نحلل مع بعض، إيش أنت حاب نشوف ونراجع. ممكن إن نتفرج على منتجات، ممكن نتفرج على مقاطع لاعبين، ممكن نتفرج على لقطات، هايلايتات، compilation اللي يكون mix من مقاطع واحد ناشر على قناته نقدر نتفرج عليه. مش شرط يكون عرب، إذا عندكم حد أنتم حابين تشوفوا نشر عن لعبة أكثر ما بيكون عندي أي مشكلة. لأن صراحة أنا حاب أستمر في منطقة رينبو. بما إني ما بالعب، مش مهم إني ما بالعب، ما عندي وقت ألعب، بس باقدر أوفّر ساعة أو ساعة ونص من وقتي آآ من الأسبوع، ما نقول يوميًا، لأن يوميًا هذا شيء صعب. يوم واحد في الأسبوع باقدر أوفّر أشتغل عليه على أشياء زي كذا اللي تخلّي القناة في مسيرة، فاهمين؟ وخلاص، سلام.